Manila, a city of beauty and promise, was once known as the Pearl of the Orient, a vibrant capital with deep cultural roots and strong ties to both East and West. But in 1941, this pearl would be plunged into a darkness it had never known. By late 1941, Japan's imperial ambitions had swept across Asia, leaving a trail of conquest and devastation. To secure their dominance, Japanese forces turned their sights on the Philippines, an island nation of strategic importance to both Japan and the United States. On December 8th, just hours after the attack on Pearl Harbor, the Japanese began their assault on the Philippines. For the people of Manila, war was no longer a distant threat. It was at their doorstep. The defense of the Philippines was a losing battle from the start. American and Filipino forces, though brave, were simply outnumbered and outgunned. General Douglas MacArthur eventually decided that Manila could not be defended.
On March 12th, under orders from President Roosevelt, MacArthur heads for Australia. Before leaving, he swears a memorable prophetic oath.
I shall return. Nothing is more certain than the ultimate reconquest and liberation from the enemy of those and adjacent lands. I repeat, I shall return.
With Manila's fate all but sealed, a desperate decision was made. General MacArthur and Philippine authorities declared Manila an open city. This meant all military defense would be withdrawn, hoping to spare the civilians and historical sites from the horrors of war. The people of Manila, many of whom believed this declaration would bring safety, began to feel a faint sense of relief. But that hope would soon be shattered. The open city status was intended to protect Manila from direct attack. Yet, on December 26th, Japanese bombers appeared in the skies, and the city's peaceful streets were filled with explosions, fires, and the cries of those caught in the devastation. For those left in Manila, the nightmare was only beginning. Japanese troops entered the city on January 2nd, 1942, officially beginning a brutal occupation that would last over 3 years.
Mga kwento ang ibinahagi sa iyo ng iyong mga kamag-anak tungkol sa pananakop ng mga Hapones sa Maynila.
So, napag-abot lang ang hapon. Hala, ang big bro, kiniriyan sinda, dinalakutat, nagtarago na sinda. Takot nga rin sa mga Hapon.
Yung daw, pagdating daw ng mga Hapon, nagtago daw sila dahil hinabol daw sila ng mga Hapon.
Oo.
Tapos may nahuli daw. nakasama nila kaya sila nagtago. Tapos,
yun na ito nag-ano na.
tapos natakot na sila dahil may nakuha sila.
Oo,
Yun lang,
may nahuli.
tago na yung mga kasamaan dahil nga may nahuli isa sa kanila ng hapon. Kaya yun, natakot na.
Under Japanese rule, life in Manila was a struggle for survival. Food became scarce, curfews were strictly enforced, and resistance meant certain death. Yet, in small acts of courage, many Filipinos found ways to resist their occupiers, determined to preserve their dignity and hope. Three years later, in early 1945, Allied forces returned to liberate the Philippines. But Manila's liberation would not come without a heavy price. In the ensuing battle between Japanese and American forces, the city would face yet another wave of destruction. The Battle of Manila was one of the most devastating urban battles of the war. Buildings, churches, entire neighborhoods were reduced to rubble. By the end, Manila lay in ruins, with nearly 100,000 civilian lives lost.
Today, Manila is a city with a vibrant capital, resilient and determined. But the scars of its history remain a silent reminder of the strength and sacrifices of those who endured its darkest days.
Anong mga kwento o mensahe ang mahalaga para sa iyo na maipasa sa mga susunod na henerasyon ng inyong pamilya tungkol sa kasaysayan ito?
Pasalamat talaga ako sa ilang
Pasalamat ko sa panay na naabot nila. Araw kitang lira.
Pasalamat na lang daw, sabi niya sa mga apo niya na hindi inabot ng mga apo niya yung panahon ng gera kasi mahirap.
Let us remember the tragedy of Manila as an open city, the lives lost, the sacrifices made, and the enduring spirit of a city that refuses to be broken.
After learning about Manila's struggle and resilience during World War II, how do you think the city's past has shaped its identity today? What lessons can we learn from its history?